I remember I must have been 7 years old. It was early morning, arriving in the schoolyard. Strangely, no kids were playing, they were all talking together, as though something terrible had happened. As I got closer, I understood they were all talking about the truck. I had seen the truck too on TV the night before. The entire schoolyard was in shock from what they had seen. There was no parental guidance back then. The truck was the incarnation of a bully. I knew bullies very well. In Canada in the 70s, your position in society was defined by how good a hockey player you were. And I was one of the worst of all time. I was at the very bottom of the ecosystem. But someone, somewhere, had managed to transform a truck into a bully. It was the first time that I was struck by a cinematic image. Months later, one of my cousins ran inside the house, excited, screaming. He said to me, "You must see the movie. The shark's mouth is as wide as a station wagon." For the 8-year-old kid that I was, it was too much for me. I was born by the St. Lawrence River, and I had way too much imagination. As I considered the width of my father's Plymouth satellite, I decided not to go see the movie. But something was starting to bubble into my kid's mind. I wondered who was the magician who transformed trucks into bullies and station wagons into sharks. Then I saw a film that moves me to the core by the kindness of its people coming from the stars and the humanism of a French scientist. I had seen those dark clouds before over the horizon and above my house. This movie felt like home to me. And as the credits rolled, I knew that's the way I want to live my life. I will transform cars into fishes, bad guys into turbo engines, and Christmas trees into spaceships. I will try to become a film director. From where I come from, and this is a true story, kids had famous hockey players' names on their jersey. Wayne Gretzky, Richard, Guy Lafleur. It gave them courage against the enemy. So a few days later, when I decided that I would try to become a filmmaker, I went back on the ice ring with a new name on my shirt, Spielberg. I was still the worst hockey player of all time. But I had a purpose. I had a goal, and I had found a way to make sense of my life. Mr. Spielberg, you are a giant for me. I'm here tonight because of you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you brought and what you are still bringing to this day to cinema. Yeah. After all these years, you are still a pure source of inspiration. So, sir, I salute you. Thank you. I must end by saying this. As film directors, we have a major responsibility. The images that we create can change the world. Please be careful with what you do. I still think that the mouth the size of a Plymouth satellite bumper was way too big. Thank you.